Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to another nature documentary. Today we are going to immerse ourselves in the African savannah and learn all about one of its most iconic inhabitants, the zebra. I'm your host and guide for this journey, and I'm excited to share what I've observed during my time living among these incredible animals. Let's start with some basics. Zebras belong to the Equidae family, making them close relatives of horses. Though they may look similar at first glance, closer inspection reveals some fascinating adaptations that set zebras apart. Their coat is composed primarily of black and white stripes, but contrary to popular belief, the hair is actually white with melanin pigmentation, creating the bold black stripes we see. Stripes run vertically along the length of their body and extend down to their legs. Color patterns vary between species, but all contain these contrasting linear bands. Mountain zebras found in higher elevations have additional horizontal stripes crossing their neck and shoulder areas. Plains zebras roaming the grasslands have continuous vertical stripes uninterrupted by additional markings. Grevy's zebra, the largest type, sports shorter and thinner striping compared to other zebras. Coastal stripes and facial striping also helps distinguish between subspecies. But no matter their precise patterning, those black and white lines serve an important purpose for survival on the plains. So what is the function of these striking stripes? As I'm sure you've guessed, camouflage plays a big role. From a distance, the stripes blend together to create a mottled effect that disguises an individual zebra within the herd. It makes it difficult for predators like lions to pick out a target when the entire group is on the move. But stripes provide protection in other subtle ways too. Each zebra's unique coat acts as a natural fingerprint, allowing herd members to identify one another. This social recognition helps mothers quickly find and bond with their newborn foals. It also prevents infighting between stallions, as everyone knows who belongs where in the complex social hierarchy. Speaking of social structures, zebras live in tight-knit family groups consisting of a dominant stallion, several mares, and their young offspring. Groups join together to form larger herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds for added safety. Within these concentrated crowds, zebras use their extraordinary cooperation and communication skills to stay coordinated. When alarm calls sound, they instantly fall into an organized defense formation with young foals safely tucked inside a protective ring of adults. Sharp hooves and powerful kicks make zebras more than capable of fending off predators in this united fashion. It's believed their striped coats help confuse and startle predators as well. Studies have shown lions and hyenas to be colorblind, meaning the alternating black and white shades blend into flickering camouflage as zebras lope across open terrain. They've even developed a zigzag running technique used when fleeing danger, exploiting their attackers' limited color perception. Some scientists propose zebras may be one of few mammals capable of color vision like humans as well, giving them an additional edge over dulled predators. With speed and teamwork on their side, zebras avoid becoming easy meals for Africa's big cats. But they face threats from other angles too. Due to their close genetic ties, diseases which affect horses can also infect zebra herds. Droughts and food shortages stress their powerful physiques as well in seasons when fresh grasses are scarce. Despite challenges, plains zebras have thrived as a species with an estimated population of around 1 million thriving individuals across sub-Saharan grasslands. Their elegant stripes remain one of the continent's most iconic symbols of raw natural beauty and survivorship against the odds. Now let me give you a closer look at these resilient Equus quagga equus, as plains zebras are classified scientifically. Standing 3 to 3.5 feet tall at the shoulder on average, they weigh between 550 to 880 pounds as full-grown adults. Like horses, zebras have solid hoofed feet but only a single toe on each foot covered by an extended hoof. Their mane stands up in a shorter mohawk style along the back of the neck compared to long flowing manes of horses. A distinguishing feature of plains zebras is faint segmental markings on their underbelly not present in other species. Another unique quality is their ability to sleep both lying down and partially standing, which allows them swifter reactions to potential threats during rest. Their senses are acutely tuned like many prey animals to detect vibrations and noises from afar. Excellent low light and peripheral vision scans the open plains for any motion. And those ear muscles can rotate independently 180 degrees, twisting forward and back constantly to collect sounds from all directions. This enhances their sentinel abilities to detect dangers and alerts the herd immediately when needed. Their large nostrils flare wide to optimize airflow and breathing capacity on the hot savanna plains as well. Of course, energy and sustainment are key to powering zebras' active lifestyles and defenses. Primarily grazing animals, they use their layered teeth suited for grinding tough forage into small particles for digestion. Mixed grazing herds ensure diet variety between grasses, herbs, shrubs, fruits and seeds in their ranges. Access to safe natural drinking points is also vital in this semi-arid climate. When mobile, zebras carefully select nutrient-rich patches to optimally fuel exercise and gestation needs through efficient grazing behaviors. Herd cooperation once again improves members' success at finding intermittent food and water sources. Let's take a closer look now at how these social bonds are formed and maintained within family units. As mentioned, adult breeding herds contain one dominant territorial stallion, usually 2 to 3 years or older, with his harem of 2 to 20 mares plus dependent offspring. Occasionally sub-adult males may temporarily join until dispersing to establish their own harems. A stallion vigorously defends his domain through demonstrative behaviors if intruders encroach too near the herd's range. This includes open-mouth threats, biting, kicking and rarely all-out fighting with challengers. Within the harem, mares nurture strong social affinities that last for many years. They remain with their birth herd unless transferring allegiance to a new dominant male. Foals bond tightly to their mothers, recognizing her unique scent, calls and even stripes from soon after birth. This imprinting ensures they stay closely matched as they mature. Suckling lasts 6 to 16 months, with weaning gradual as grass forages become their main diet from 6 months onward. Maternal ties stay vital through the foal's first year until gradually loosening as independence grows. Now let's shift perspectives for a moment to watch a plains zebra herd in real-time action on the open plains. It's early morning as the first rays of sun crest the hills, awakening grazing animals dotting the landscape below. Our zebra herd is still loosely gathered after resting through the cool night hours. As dawn activity picks up, calls echo between members, tightly coordinating movements. Slowly they disperse into grazing pairs and trios spread over acres of lush grazing but keeping visual contact. Foals joyfully play among knee-high grasses, building stamina through mock fighting and chases. Mares graze calmly nearby, ever watchful for dangers. The stallion continuously patrols boundaries between his domain and neighbors, occasionally challenging other males passing too near the perimeter. By mid-morning heat, the herd has reunited into a larger collective, once more spread across slopes in the distance. They follow instincts guided by social signals, weaving amongst each other yet cohesive as a unit miles from any human settlements in their vast habitat range. Witnessing zebras living freely in balance with their niche reminds us of nature's resilience when undisturbed. However, interactions with humans have introduced strains where populations overlap agriculturally. Zebras don't respect property lines and occasionally raid crops alongside other wildlife. In retaliation, they face lethal control measures, habitat loss to agriculture and urban sprawl expanding across Africa. Competition for forage and diseases transmitted from domestic livestock also impact wild herds. Thankfully, vast conservation areas still protect core populations and species numbers remain cautiously stable continent-wide if challenges are managed sustainably. Before wrapping up our adventure, let's appreciate one final fact about these incredible striped equines I find especially fascinating. Did you know that no two zebras have exactly the same stripe pattern? Like fingerprints in humans, Each individual zebra's unique striped coat serves as a natural ID badge, allowing herd members to socialize without confusion. This equates to hundreds of millions of distinct ID combinations across the global plains zebra population. How's that for unlocking such advanced camouflage and societal skills from simple black and white markings? Nature surely never stops amazing us with her genius designs. I hope you've enjoyed this small window into the world of zebras in Africa as much as I've enjoyed sharing their story. From mysteries of striped camouflage to the tight-knit social systems maintaining cohesive family bonds, these grassland dwellers showcase the remarkable resilience and intelligence of species surviving amid changing landscapes. With conservation efforts to minimize human disruptions, may curious herds like this one continue thriving into the great unknown future of wild Africa. Thank you for joining me on this expedition.